Hello everyone and welcome back to a new video. My husband and I recently got home from our Japan trip, which we had planned and saved up for and just waited for such a long time, and while we were there we ended up doing a fair bit of thrifting. And in this video today I do want to share with you my thrift finds from the trip, and next week I intend to upload a video, sort of a thrifting in Kyoto review type of video, going through some of the stores that we went to and the pros and cons that I experienced in those stores. But I am too excited about these thrift finds to hold off on this video until I've done that video, so this will come first. If that sounds interesting, subscribe down below to get notified when that video goes live. And without further ado, let's show you the things I thrifted in Kyoto. These are going to be in no particular order, but the first thing I have to show you is actually the first thing I got. I got this and one more item at the same store early on in the trip, but they're all sort of jumbled up here in the bags around me. So I'm just going to pull things one at a time, but this one actually happens to be one of the first ones. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous dress that I found on the first day, and I'm going to have prices up on the screen for you in Japanese yen and then like USD, British pounds and euro, like I tend to do, apart from the yen that is specific for this video. I'll have them on the screen for you right now because not all of them have prices on them. But it is this gorgeous, gorgeous dress in green and beige and white. It's not showing up very beige on camera, but there definitely is beige in it, and then some grey as well. And it's just this lovely, lovely dress. It buttons down the front, it is cinched at the waist, and a big, long, big skirt on the bottom, which is a style and a silhouette I really do like on myself. And the sleeves are quite puffy, just like the dress I'm wearing today, and then you tie them off at the bottom with a little bow or knot or whatever you wish to do with it. And it has these stunning buttons down the front that I hope you can see well in this clip. And this was just such a good find, such a good fit. I love so many things about this dress. I love the silhouette of it, I love the fit, I love how soft the cotton of the fabric is, like it's really thin and really soft. And I think this is going to be really good in summer and like the warmer months, with the fabric being so thin and the silhouette being so flowy, at least at the bottom. It's a little bit tighter at the top, but still it's a silhouette I'm really happy in, really confident and comfortable in. But because of the color scheme, I do also think it's gonna look really good in the cooler months with like tights and a cardigan or a sweater. And I'm just so happy with this find. And I got this on like our first or second full day in Kyoto, which was the first part of our trip. And I've been holding off on wearing it because I had the capsule for the trip, more on that up here. And then when we got sick, I'd caught a cold, so I had to wait a little bit to film this. But now I can finally start wearing this, and I'm so excited. Next up we have another dress. I feel like I have a lot of dresses and skirts primarily, but it's another dress that's going to be a little bit difficult to show just like this, I think. I think this sit down clip won't really do this dress justice, so the try on clip will have to show it off better. But it's this beige dress, who have I become? It's this beige long dress with buttons down the front. You can barely see those, but there are buttons running down the front right there. And then on the top it has this nice cute little embroidery moment going on, and then it cinches at the waist, and then it's just kind of straight. There is a fair bit of volume in the skirt, but it's not a voluminous skirt. It's pretty straight. It's a very thin, nice fabric. It's a mix of rayon and cotton and linen, and this is a little bit big in the chest department for me, but I think it still looks good. The dress is nice and cinched in the waist, and it has a little tie that I can make it a little bit tighter if I want to and need to, but it is a larger size than I might go for just off the rack if I was doing that. But it's mostly just low cut in the front and not built in a way where it like gapes a lot in the chest department, because some dresses are built like three-dimensionally built for a larger chest than I have. But this lies pretty flat, and so yes, it's low cut, but with a little bralette or something beneath it, I don't feel uncomfortable in it, and it doesn't like gape the way certain bigger size dresses do on me. I'm really, really happy with this as well. I'm really happy with everything I've gotten. Luckily, that is the whole goal of this. But it's just really lovely, and I look forward to wearing this a lot in summer if we get a warm summer. And it has pockets, which I'm pretty sure the other one does too. I just didn't remark on that right now. Next up we have a vest. And if you've seen my vest collection video, you know that I have a fair bit of vests, and I do have another vest to show you as well in this haul. But this was too good to pass up. And the reason for that is that it looks like this. This looks like some sort of like harvest festival, autumn time type of vest. Do you see this? It is really cool. It is a little bit dark in its color scheme. I mean, the orange and red is quite bright, but the base color of the vest is a little bit dark. It looks brighter on camera right now than I feel like it does in real life. But I just thought this was too cool and too unique to pass up. And I am really excited to have this. I don't really fully know how I'll be styling it yet, so I'll figure that out, I'm sure. But this is now my autumn vest, I suppose. She says in April, but I don't want to have to wait that long to wear it. And granted, even though it's pretty autumnal, I could totally wear it right now anyway. But let me show you this. It is actually reversible. And so on the other side, this is now on the inside. On the other side, it's just the blue, or the blue and green. It's just a check. That's all there is. And that makes it versatile. It makes it more neutral if I were to wear this side, visible to other people. I think it's such a cool piece and I'm really happy to have found it. I may as well continue with the other vest, and that is a denim vest, which I mentioned in my best collection video that I would like to find one, but what I described wasn't quite this. This is to me a very 90s like stereotypical teacher type vest. Is a denim vest with these embroideries on the front of little like baskets and fruits and flowers and stuff like that. And then you can tie it in the back. I think this is really cute. It's originally from the brand New Direction, which tells me nothing. It's a cotton vest. The previous one was also cotton. And it's just really cool. Like, yeah, I look forward to styling this a lot. I do foresee it being worn a lot with white button downs because that's what I do. But I'm really excited to have this in my collection. And the funny thing is that a day or two before I found this, there was a post that came up on my Instagram feed that was about this type of dress and like long sleeve denim shirts with these kinds of patterns as well. And the post was basically like, this is my 90s thrifting dream that I just try to, you know, manifest when I go to the thrift store. And I was like, yeah, I would really like to find something like that. And then I did. So that was fun. Next up, I have a flannel shirt, a flannel button down. And it's almost more like a jacket than a shirt. So I don't really know which way I'll be leaning it, if I'll wear it under jackets or as a jacket. But I really like the color scheme of this. It feels very me. It's blue and green and pink, obviously, and purple. And it's this nice thick flannel material. It's a good size. I feel very comfortable in this. And Teresa has a jacket in a red and black check, which is very her. That she has a sort of like her gardening jacket in the cooler months or when she needs a jacket for it. And this is very much like my version of that. So maybe this will be my gardening jacket. I just really like it. I think the colors are lovely. I like the fit. It's from Birch Creek originally, which tells me nothing. That doesn't say anything to me, and it's 100% cotton. Very, very lovely. Now I promise you that I'm not showing you the same item again. It's just very similar in color scheme. This is a pair of pants, and I have been on the lookout for more bottoms to introduce into my wardrobe, and I do have some skirts coming up as well, so I did really good with that because I had to get rid of a few of my bottoms, or a number of bottoms, because they no longer fit me. And I have an easier time finding like tops and dresses that I like than bottoms, so I actually really lucked out. And that really surprised me actually, because I was under the assumption that I would have a harder time fitting into bottoms in Japan than I would tops. But a lot of these things, if not all of them, are imported secondhand stuff from the West that is then sold in Japan. And so I more fit into like a Western sizing than I do a Japanese sizing, depending on the brand and such. But either way, I found these trousers, and they very well may be pajama bottoms. I'm not entirely sure. If I don't end up liking how these fit when I wear them as normal trousers, I'll just put them towards my pajama loungewear drawer kind of situation. But I think they're really fun. They give pajamas, they also give, to me for some reason, like golfing. I have never been golfing ever in my life. But they're really cute. They are fully elasticated in the waist and they fit quite nicely. And originally they're from Coret Francisca, made in the USA. So they're old. I got them for a good price. I am happy with them. They have pockets, which is always nice. So hopefully I can incorporate these into my like day-to-day kind of wardrobe. And if not, they will just be pajamas or loungewear. And I may or may not wear them with this. That is a lot, but also it goes. And we'll see what I end up styling them with. Next up, we have this button down, which is also a little bit similar in color scheme. It just doesn't have the pink and purple, but it's still a similar color scheme to me as the pants and the previous button down. This is blue and like minty turquoisey kinds of colors, not really properly green. I'd say this is more turquoise, but it's this nice fitting button down that I'm probably going to mostly wear open because it's a little bit tight over my hips and butt when I try to button that part. But I just really like the colors of this. I like the stripes. I don't fully have it figured out what I'm going to be styling it with, but I have some ideas, so I will figure it out, I'm sure. It's a cotton, it's a little bit thicker, but not thicker in the stiffer way, just thicker. Sometimes I don't like thick, stiff button downs, but thick button downs is fine. And this is originally from Saddle King Western by Key. Yeah. And it is made in the USA as well, and like I said, 100% cotton, and I just think it's really lovely. I look forward to styling this and incorporating it into my wardrobe. The next 4 items I'm going to show you are skirts. I had such luck with skirts on one day. I was out alone, my husband was battling off a cold, so I was out alone, and there were 3 skirts that I found in the same store, and then 1 I found in a separate store. And I'm just really happy with all of them. They all fit wonderfully, they look good, they're very different from one another, but they all fit into my style and my wardrobe, and I'm so excited to have these. First up, we have this lovely blue and white number. Blue and white is a combination I really like. I feel like it's very summery, even though it's a slightly darker blue than I would perhaps go for that summer feel. I do really love it. And it's massive. Like, it fits nicely in the waist, it's not too big, but there is just so much fabric in this skirt that it's crazy. Like, this is like an entire bed sheet of fabric, it feels like. It's elasticated at the waist, and it has a tie as well that you can tie in the front or the back, wherever you want it. And then it's just huge. There's just so much fabric in the skirt, and I feel so cool in it. And I'm definitely picturing this with a white button down in summer. The thing with this is that it's a little bit long, which is a problem I do not tend to have. I am tall, I think like 5'9" in feet and inches, 176 centimeters, around there. And most of my height is in my legs, so I rarely have a problem with things being too long. I tend to have the opposite problem of things being slightly too short. This is almost too long, so I'm gonna see how this works, if I end up dragging it too much or at all on the ground, and if I keep tripping over it. If those 2 things happen, I will have to hem it, but I just love it so much. It's so cool. It was a little bit more expensive than I would normally have gone for, but it was also just such a cool piece that I couldn't not get it. I debated it for a bit, and I was like, I'm going to regret it if I don't get this, and so I decided to get it, and I'm very, very happy with it. The thing is also that I almost wish that this skirt was pants. The same silhouette, the same width, the same length, or almost the same length, but just made into pants in the middle. So I've never ever turned a skirt into pants. I'm not about to do that right now, but perhaps down the line, if I keep having that vision for them, I might try to do that. And I'm figuring, since there's so much fabric, maybe it could be quite forgiving to do that without having to make like proper pants. Maybe I could just cut it and stitch it up, and it would be billowy enough that you wouldn't see if it was properly crotched. That is a bad way of phrasing that, but even so, this is so good. It would look so good as pants, it would look so good as a skirt, and I am just really, really excited for it. I also think that it could maybe be worn as a dress, just like that, and then tied in the back or tied in the front, but that's not really a silhouette I tend to go for. It would just help to not trip over it, but also hemming would help to not trip over it. A thing I saw a lot of in Japan and was really influenced by was that a lot of people were walking around with these checkered skirts, and they were long, they were midi or maxi, They were just, a lot of them were like tiered a little bit, and I was looking for something similar because it would incorporate well into my wardrobe. I don't have anything like it. I do have one checkered skirt, but not what I was envisioning, not what I saw people wearing and was influenced to do. And I didn't want to buy new because I rarely ever buy things new. And I found this. This is not tiered, but the colors are perfect. The shape and fit are perfect. And I'm really happy to have it. And it's this. This is gorgeous. It's this bright but also slightly muted colored skirt, which is a nice contradiction, but like the yellow on it is pretty muted. That could be brighter. Blues and purples and pinks primarily, but a little bit of green, a little bit of yellow. Absolutely lovely. Nice A-line shape. It's cinched at the waist. It has pockets. Yes. And it zips up the back. And this is actually Ann Taylor. And I don't think it's not vintage. This is a pretty modern looking tag to me. That doesn't matter to me, but even so, I thought it was worth mentioning. It does have a lining, which is made of polyester, and that's not my favorite. But I think that will be okay, and if that bothers me too much, I do think I can cut it out without the skirt becoming see-through, which is good. The one thing with this skirt though is that I do not like the buttons. I don't hate these buttons in general, but I do think that they are kind of boring to go with this fabric and this print, and so I'm thinking I'm going to change them out. Luckily for me, they are fake buttons. Well, the buttons are real, but they're not functional. The skirt is sewn shut where it looks like it would open with the buttons, so I don't have to find something that's exactly the right size. It just has to look good on the fabric and on the silhouette of the skirt. But I'm really excited to have this as well, and I think this also a good summer piece, but also a good fall winter piece. This with a sweater in any of these colors, perfect for the winter time. This skirt is not going to look great on camera right now because it's very, very creased. It got smushed into a suitcase on the way home, and I haven't washed or ironed it since. But it's this lovely lilac-y type of skirt. It's elasticated at the waist and very comfortable, and then it hits like a nice midi length, which I personally really like. This is fairly thick. It's not like thick, but it's fairly thick, and it has a little lining as well, which is not made of polyester, which is always nice. And I just thought this was really cute, really sweet. It's a color I really enjoy but don't have a lot of, and mostly thinking this is a warm weather skirt, but I'm trying to broaden my horizons when it comes to wearing my lighter, brighter colors in the cooler months as well. And we're in spring now, we're heading towards the warmer weather seasons, so I'll be wearing this for that initially. But I do also think in winter, again with like a sweater or a cardigan and bundled up like that, I think this will work really nicely as well. I think it's really, really pretty. I really love the color of it, and it was also ridiculously cheap, which never hurts. Never hurts. Okay, the fourth skirt I found on that same day. I have one skirt remaining after this, but that was on the first day. The fourth skirt I found on that same day is this. This is a denim skirt. It's tiered. It's a lovely blue color, and it's denim, like a soft kind of thin denim. Not thin, but not like jeans. Not like I would think of jeans being. It's elasticated in the waist. It fits nicely, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers, and it's a silhouette I really enjoy. It's similar to the dress I'm wearing actually, but this is a dress and a completely different type of fabric. This is much thinner and more flowy, whereas this is thicker but heavy to the point where it gets a lot of movement. I can't explain that better. I think this is also going to be really good for multiple seasons. I think it's really cute and just a nice comfortable fit, a silhouette I really like, a swooshiness factor that I enjoy, and I am excited to introduce this into my wardrobe. And I'm so happy that I found so many skirts and bottoms in general, because that is where my wardrobe has been lacking a little bit, or is lacking a little bit. But this, so excited. I guess while we're on the topic of skirts, this is such a chaotic order, but while we're on the topic of skirts, I will introduce to you the last skirt, which was also the first skirt. This is absolutely beautiful. I really am in my checkered / plaid era, am I not? This has a yellowy orangey base, and just all of these lovely, lovely colors on it. It's a color scheme I really enjoy. It's colors I really enjoy. I like that it's so yellowy orangey at the base, because that's not really something I have a lot of, if any. But it's colors that just work really well with my wardrobe. I feel like I have a lot of things that I could pair with this. And the only thing with this is that it is a little bit small and it has a broken button right here. Plus the buttons are just generally really boring. Like with the other plaid skirt I showed you, I feel like these buttons don't really complement the fabric at all. But when I said this was a little bit small, that might make you go, well then why did you buy it? I am not actually in the habit of buying things that are too small for me. But the thing with this, I'll see if I can try to show you. It has this really interesting structure where it is a flap in the front like this. And then it has buttons on the sides. And you sort of overlap things so that it closes like so. Like you button it on both sides. And it has flaps on the inside. Like you attach these two little pieces on the inside to keep it in place like that. And this is a little bit small for me. It is. But since I have to replace the broken button anyway, and I want to change out the buttons because they're quite boring, my intention is to just move the buttons a little bit. I don't think I'll be using this inner little flap situation, but it's like as a second extra closure thing. Or if I will, I'll be adding another fabric on the inside that you can see. So it still has the same function, but it makes the skirt bigger. But my intention is to move this button to say here, so I can close it over there instead. And same on the other side, move this button over here. And so I'll give myself a little bit more space in the waist and then figure out what to do with the inner flap bits. It was just too good to pass up. It was a price that I felt like I could justify. It was again a little bit more expensive than I would usually buy things for here, but I was on vacation. It was new and shiny. I'm happy I got it. And it's just so pretty. I love these colors. I feel like I'm gonna feel so good in this skirt once it properly fits me. And this is originally from Chow's? ? Tag looks like this. Don't know how well you can see that. And it is 100% cotton and made in India. And I just think it is gorgeous. So gorgeous. I'm so happy to have it. Okay, we have 2 items of clothing remaining right now, and I'm gonna start with the shirt. I got myself a linen button down. I tried this on a day when I was wearing my pink linen trousers, and they looked really good together, though that is not the only way I intend to style it. It's a lovely blue linen or hemp, because Google Translate translated the material label to hemp and not linen, but it's one of those two. It fits nicely. It's not oversized. It's actually a nice shapely fit. I don't know. Some shirts I go for are more oversized. This is a more like tailored fit, I guess you could say. And it has this little embroidery of some glasses on the front, which I think is really cute. I still remember the 2010s and the twee era. I was in my upper teens when that was around. I didn't really dress twee, but I still like the aesthetics of it and the hipster twee crossover thing. And I have a necklace even with a pair of glasses on it, and I think it's really cute. I just don't wear a lot of necklaces. Even so, I think this is adorable. It has these little glasses on it. I think that's a nice little touch. I would have liked it even if it didn't. And the buttons down the front are a little bit multicolored. It has orange ones and white ones, and yeah, that's basically it. Orange and white, and one that's like a bluey grey kind of color. I haven't even buttoned it properly, but I think it's really pretty. I think this is going to be nice. I think it could maybe even work with this skirt I just showed you. I look forward to styling this, and if nothing else, it will just be a nice, cool fabric thing to wear. It looks cool, but it will also be cool and not overheating-y. I am expecting a warm summer. We will see if we get a warm summer. But either way, I think it's really pretty. And I can also wear it unbuttoned with something under if I want that look for a day. And the last item I have to show you is a dress. This is so pretty. It's so pretty. It's this turquoisey, dark mint kind of color. And it's a really 50s type silhouette to me. cinched at the waist, a little bit like a button-down shirt at the top, but sleeveless, and then it billows out into a pretty wide skirt at the bottom, and it has pockets, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't. I thought it did. No, it does. Ha! Pockets. They're not huge. But I think it's so, so pretty. This needs a little bit of love, and generally I try to not buy things that need mending instantly. But now I have two things that need new buttons, or I want new buttons on, and I might have to hem a skirt, and like, I keep having a few of those things here, don't I? For this, it's not a lot, but the buttons, which are these like diamante kind of shiny things, a lot of them are quite loose, like the threads holding them have been quite pulled, so I'm probably gonna have to just reattach those or change them, but I actually like these buttons, so I'm probably gonna let them stay. And it's just so lovely. It's so lovely. And then at the waist and also at the very top, someone has added these like popper buttons to just keep a nicer, smoother silhouette, I suppose. This is so pretty. I am so happy with this. I'm mostly thinking this is a summer piece, but again, I could probably layer this in the winter. And I also really love the back on this. It doesn't look much on camera, I don't think, but it has a slight little V shape at the back here. I can't think of the English word for this, but just right here is a little bit of a V, which looks very lovely. And then there's a slit here, but not a slit to like expose the back. It's just like a little shape, a little extra fabric, which just sits really, really nicely on the body. And I'm really, really happy with this. I think it's so pretty. This is also a linen or hemp type situation. I think Google Translate translated this as well to hemp when I looked at it. So it is a nice natural fiber. It's really pretty, and I look forward to wearing this a lot. It's so pretty. And I feel like this is like, as someone who wears a lot of dresses and skirts on the regular and don't do it to dress up, like I do it to dress up too, but I rarely dress up. I just feel good in dresses and skirts, and so I wear it on the day to day. This to me feels a little bit more special, like I could wear this to a fancier type occasion, but knowing myself, I will also wear this just on a random Tuesday. I am really, really happy with this and look forward to styling it and wearing it come slightly warmer temperatures than today, because today is 9 degrees Celsius. Spring has had a little bit of a setback this weekend. But there you have it. Those are all of the items I thrifted in Japan. It is a lot of them. It is more than I expected. I didn't expect to find that many things that would fit me and that I would like and love as much as I do these. But I am really excited for them. I'm really happy with them, and I'm so happy to introduce them into my wardrobe and mix and match them with things I already have, and hopefully wear them for years to come. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would love to hear in the comments down below which item or items were your favorites, and I'll be back with another video soon, so I hope to see you then. Bye!